Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube familiar. So I'm Prof. Nicholas Fredericks, and I promise to take you through a particular journey that that excites me, where I'm sharing my life, and I move into personal matters in some instances, and then sometimes mainly it's academic. Then I'm also into football and so on. So today I want us to talk about leadership, guys. Leadership. So leadership. What is leadership? Let's start off there. So leadership is the ability to guide, influence, or inspire others to achieve common goals or objectives. So you are a leader, but you have got the collective objective of achieving something. So you can be at an institution, or an organization, or wherever, or let's say a football team, or you can lead anyway. As a leader, you can be a traditional leader and all that, but you should be able to achieve objectives set for that particular organization. So I will dive into it. And by the way, guys, please note that whatever I say here do not reflect the views of my institution where I work. So these are my personal views, and it should be treated as such. So I don't want situation whereby I hear later a NAS lecturer was saying this and that. No, this is in my personal capacity that I'm doing this, and for this particular channel. So that's leadership. So currently, there are so many developments in Namibia. We have got our first female president, and people are so excited. It's people are celebrating, and we hear phrases like future is women, and women this, women that. Those are positives. We really do enjoy. And just to start off with, there is always this misconception that male have got a problem with female leading. And in my case, I would give personal scenarios. In my current workspace, I am led by a female, and by the way, a very good leader, for that matter. And when I joined NAST in 2015, I was led by a female as well. So it's not about being female or male, guys. So this is the area that I want us to look into and discuss. It's quite critical, guys, because before you see a male or a female, I want you to see a leader. And I am heading a department at my university, and most of the times I will tell you that I first see these are some of the tips for leaders. You must first see a a human being who is capable of doing something before you see the gender. And then also issues around race, or the tribe, particular tribe you come from, and all those kind of things. For me, my life has been very easy, because in my leadership style, I don't see skin color. I'm not interested in male v female issues. What I'm interested in is to get the best suited person for a particular position. So that's what we need to strive for. So as we are leaders, now there's so much excitement, and I want to caution everyone about the issue around divide and rule, divide and being different. I am not this, they are this, and so on. Let me start off with this from a very practical example. Currently, whenever and this I've encountered in public fora, where you would meet a community hall meeting, and the hand is up, someone starts, no, as the youth, as the youth, as the youth. All right, that's fine. And someone would say, no, as women, as women, as, and so on. We need to be extra careful and vigilant about that conception whereby we are being divided, or we see ourselves, as other, as not being part of a particular group. And then you have got, we have got a bigger picture, and then we have got all these compartments. But compartments are there. It's for us to decide how best we can deal with them. So let's be careful about that. in the same way that we say we are advancing and we are appreciating female leadership, let's not forget about the men. Let's not leave them behind, guys. Let's not leave them behind, guys. So people have been talking about the girl child, and I'm really happy and should commend some of those who have been, advocating for the, for the girl child, not to forget the boy child as well. So some have been saying openly that we can't forget the boy child. So that's what we need to see. So if we can think of development holistically, whereby you develop both girl and boy, I think that should be the future, guys. That should be the future. So let's look about these things, I mean, in a very critical light. As I mentioned, I don't have a problem working with both male and female, and you need to think of the leaders. Think of the leadership qualities of an individual before you say that, it's female, it's male, and so on. You would be surprised that, you can find the best male, leaders out there as well as best female leaders. We don't know, so we shouldn't, opt for one gender over the other. It shouldn't be the case. It must be about leadership, guys. So let's select the best candidate. And in our current, context, where we have got a female president, um, our president is suited. Dr. Ndaitwa is suited to lead the country and as a leader more than anything. So that's how we need to see it, and then you won't have any problems. And I mean, there are men out there who are so scared. Some have been saying, now we are in trouble. The president is a lady, vice president, I mean, is a woman, but and so on. And it's 8 versus what, 10 versus what. We shouldn't be worried about these things in our society, guys. And coming back to your families and so on. What I always tell people is that, the element or the business principle of division of labor, of division of what you are good at. So in my case, from my end, one day I will invite my wife as well to take part in these discussions with me. Is that, whatever my wife is good in, she would spearhead that, I mean, for the family. And whatever I'm good in, I mean, I would spearhead. And that's how you need to divide those roles, and not, I mean, use the traditional roles per se, like women needs to remain in the kitchen, men needs to go out and work, and so on. If your wife is the one bringing in food from outside, so be it. What's your contribution as a man at home? And that shouldn't make you, I mean, a lesser man. We shouldn't, fall into that trap, the societal trap of, I mean, thinking that if you don't do this, then you are not man enough. If you do this, you are this and that. So we shouldn't. So leadership is critical, guys. So as I said, I mean, in the beginning, and those of you whom I work with, I mean, could attest to some of these things that I'm saying. That, I mean, as a leader, you need to have a very clear vision, and for the department that you are leading, and then I mean, also for the institution at large. So, and then, often there is this misconception. I always tell people that I think I can be a good leader, but I don't think I'm the best administrator. So there's a misconception. Some administrators think they are leaders. They can't even motivate their own teams, to get the work done, but they are convinced that they are leaders. So we need to think about, I mean, these things critically. A leader is a person that is able to influence and inspire others. So I think I've been doing that with my department at the university and also with my football team. I'm running a football team which plays in the second division. So in this club, for example, my leadership qualities that I get from my institution actually is transferred into this football club as well, whereby I am the coach. And as a coach, you need to be a role model. I mean, first and foremost, and then you should play that role of being a father to the boys that you are coaching, and that's what I've been trying. And initially, I talked about the issue around around skin color and so on. For my team, I've got players, from various backgrounds. So I'm not interested if you are a Nama, but you are not performing. There's no way that I can just select you or, bring you into my team because you are a Nama. No, I'm looking for the best candidate. And my results speaks volumes because I've been successful, in this approach, both professionally and in my personal capacity, that there is success. I can easily say that there is success. I see that we are doing very well. My department, at the university, is doing very well, and and my club is doing very well. So, and some of the issues, when you are a leader, is it's at the level of decision making. Oh my God, it's very difficult. So you must know, if you can't make decisions, then you must know, you are not a very good leader, because you need to make those decisions, but inform the ones. Don't just make a decision. Normally, before I make that big, huge decision, I would always ask myself a number of questions. How will this benefit my department? Firstly, how would it, benefit my school? How would it benefit my institution at large? So, and then what are some of the negatives that would come out of it if I do it that way? So I would take time, and once I see that it's more beneficial than anything, then I would go with that decision without being scared. So you need to make tough decisions, but don't be afraid to make those decisions, because as a leader you will have to do that. And the thing is, you have been entrusted by an institution or a community to spearhead a particular activity. And what also kept me going is the integrity and high ethical standards. Acting with honesty, fairness, and ethics. That's key. So I don't beat around the bush, and I don't actually put integrity as second citizen to anything. That's key. If you are not honest in what you do, don't be a leader. And if you are not fair, if you think you would favor others, don't even try. Don't even try. It's not about favoring, and have good ethical principles. So those are some of the things that you need to look into, and the issues around being adaptable. You need to be adaptable as a leader as well. So if let's say you have planned for, you have planned to have two courses, for a particular curriculum, and now, because of financial resources and whatsoever, you can't do that. You need to be able to change quickly and then adapt, as if this doesn't affect you at all. So you need to find ways to avoid such. So one thing we need to understand with leadership is, guys, we shouldn't think about holding positions only. So if it's only about the positions, I am the leader, I am the chairperson of a team, I am the coach of the team, or I am the head of department, I am the dean, I am the vice chancellor, or I am the president, then we have got a problem. It shouldn't be about the power that you would be holding because of the position. So, but about inspiring others to do work towards a shared vision with a sense of purpose. So that should be the key. We need to have, that common goal and what we want to achieve, guys. So think about it critically. And for me, the other thing, in my leadership, that's very key. It's mentorship. Mentorship. Work closely with others, and mentor as many young people as possible. We won't be alive forever. So the time you are not around, then you have mentored a sufficient number of people around you. So those around you should learn, and you need to teach them. You need to teach them, tell them, and also allow for mistakes to be made. So if someone makes a mistake, but for me, I'm a little bit firm. Once you make a mistake, I want you to. I would always evaluate the situation, and then next time we shouldn't repeat it. So if you repeat it many, many times, then it becomes a problem, and if it's costly. So we would always discuss these issues, and then, okay, you made this mistake. All right, we are humans, we can make mistakes, but if this mistake becomes 5 to 10 times, the same issue, then it's no longer a mistake. Then you make life difficult for the leadership. That's to do of the issues around leadership. So there's also one particular question people often ask me as an academic, especially the current situation in my village, in my community, whereby we don't have a substantive leader, because of some infights and so on. And my response always and has been is that it needs to be sorted out at that level. So the decision making needs to take place between the two leaders who are vying for this position, and the community at large. I mean, those close at the executive level, they need to assist and then make this process as smoothly as possible, because now, I mean, the community is divided into one with leader A, the other with leader B, and we need to be careful about that, guys. Let's be careful, because we need to have that collective goal. So if you are opting for one over the other, this and that, then you must know that we have got a challenge, guys. So let's be careful. Let's be careful. Decisions need to be made, and also as leaders, we need to get out there and then resolve these issues as soon as possible, so that we don't put the community at the center, in the middle, for them not to know, I mean, what to do. So I mean, community members should wait patiently, so that the decisions can be made at the higher level, and so on. So that's the issue of leadership. And remember, I mean, for me, being a good leader, you need to be a role model. People should be able to say, no, I want to be like that, one day, or I want my child to be like so and so because of A, B, C, and D, and so on. So if you are not a role model, if you just preach certain things but you don't practice them, then it becomes a problem as a leader. So let's look into that. So I mean, as we are celebrating now in Namibia, the leadership, I've always been saying that, you can say whatever you want, but we need to recognize and acknowledge the peace and stability that the ruling party has been giving us for so many years. Like some of us, we have benefited in a way that, the playing field was leveled, so we could compete with anyone. So that's the best thing that I have actually received from the ruling party. I don't want any handouts, or whatever I want. The only thing I want is, the playing field just needs to be leveled, so that I can compete with anyone equally. So that's it. And I think, I mean, the government is doing that, and I am grateful for that. So guys, that was a very short video on leadership, guys. I hope you are learning something, and please feel free to ask any questions or comment, I mean, down below. But guys, you are not subscribing. I don't know why. Please like and subscribe, guys. As I said, I mean, from an academic point of view, I would share many I would share so much with you. I mean, as an academic, from my student life, and also, I mean, personally at family level and so on. As a football coach as well, I would share so much with you, so you will benefit largely. Even if you have got a football team at lower level, I'm part of a team. I'm in the structures of a team in the lower division, so I understand. I mean, that landscape very well. I've been around in that landscape. I have served at the executive level, I mean, in the region at some stage, and so yeah, so the potential is always there. Yeah, and we just need to explore, guys. Let's discuss these issues. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and please, if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe, guys, and share as widely as possible. So this was about leadership. So until next time, guys, I will see you, my YouTube familia. Bye bye.